I bet. Welcome back to another episode of Talks Rates. Today we got episode 23. And before we get started with two albums and a couple singles, I just want to say something real quick. Now, I've been thinking about Talks Rates because it is, I think, the oldest still running format on this channel. Sounds weird because the channel is not that old itself, but I've been thinking about maybe reinventing or just straight up stopping this kind of format just because this series, just because like it has been less and less fun for me personally, because it's like always kind of stressful to listen to all the albums and all these singles and just form an opinion instantly. And oftentimes when I look back on the reviews, there are a lot of overrated or underrated albums just because I didn't have enough time to digest it. But I know if I drop it later in the week, it probably won't even get half the attention, and I'm not trying to work / listen to all this / edit the videos just for that. So I'm gonna throw up a poll on IG because I can't throw polls on here. I'm not a YouTube partner yet anyway. Link in the description, where I'm gonna ask y'all whether y'all want Talks Rates just like it is, maybe with a bit fewer albums / singles just like it has been recently, or if y'all just want maybe an album review or just a first reaction to the most popular shit that's dropping, and maybe just me posting my opinion on IG, because I've been doing that for the latest Eminem song. So if y'all want to know that, check that out. What do y'all want? I'm gonna pull up a poll on my IG. The link is in the description. Let me know what y'all want. Let me know what y'all think. With that being said, thank y'all for listening. Let's get into the reviews. Alright, so I'm going to get started with the new Northside Benji track, Keep Running. This one is a lot more, well, I would say dark. Far not as happy as his recent single was, but because it's a Northside Benji song, obviously it still delivers. It's a banger. I really enjoyed. I think it's one of the, he hasn't released a lot of tracks recently, but from the recent track 30,000 feet and the features he has delivered, this is one of his weaker performances, but I still think that this is pretty good and very enjoyable to me personally. Probably not for everyone though, but if you like this Toronto style drill, whatever you want to call it, give it a listen. Next, then after that, we got Wale, J. Cole, Cool and Dre, Poke It Out. Pretty solid track, nothing too great. I really like Cole on here. I just usually don't listen to a whole lot of Wale, so it's pretty good, but it's nothing that is like crazy to me. It's all right. It's listenable. It's pretty enjoyable, but not the best track of the day in my opinion. Then the last single that we got already is Burna Boy and Polo G, Want It All, and this is probably my favorite single of the day. I really like the Burna Boy hook. I really like the Polo G performance. I think even though this collab is a bit unexpected for me personally, it was really enjoyable, and they really had some kind of chemistry and some good kind of chemistry going. So I enjoyed it. It's probably my favorite single today from the three that I presented here. I listened to a couple others, but I think if you like a more melodic sound, you should check this out. I think you could like it then. Then we get into the two albums we got. Is the first one, Headie One, Too Loyal for My Own Good. Pretty good album. I think I've heard one album from him recently, which is kind of an older album. It's Music X Road, and I think a lot of the flaws that I've seen on that album, for example, his singing being pretty horrible, have gotten better on this one. Obviously, I think there were like 2 or 3 albums between this one and the one that I just mentioned, but just for me, I just heard these two back to back. I see a lot of progression. I see a lot of new skills. The singing is still not great, and some of the singing hooks are still have some room for improvement. But I think still he has already improved a lot, and overall the album is really good. I really like some of the lyrics. Overall, I really like the theme, the outro, and the intro especially are very good to me. So yeah, a very solid UK rap album. If you like some UK rap, maybe some kind of melodic, some type of drill stuff, listen to this. You might find some. Then the last project we got, and probably the most anticipated of the day, Meek Mill, Expensive Pain. Now, I didn't expect this one to be as good as it was, which it is not an album of the year or anything, but it is really good, and that is interesting to me because just based off the singles that were released for this one, I didn't enjoy a single one of those. Like Sharing Locations, that grew on me while re-listening to this album a couple times, but before that, I didn't really like that song. Now I love it. But anyway, like Blue Notes 2 is good, but could be better. Flamer's Flow, I'm not a fan of that track. And Sharing Locations obviously grew on me, but I didn't like it at first either. So I got into this album with no high expectations. I don't really like the cover art either. I think it's just too much for me, so that threw me off too. But it really is a solid album. I think at some points there might be a bit too much melodic shit for me personally when it comes to Meek Mill. I just prefer his bangers, for example, like the intro or like Sharing Locations. But I think some of the melodic tracks or some of the tracks with a bit more of a message behind it, for example, the song Expensive Pain or Cold Hearted 3, those were some of my favorites too. So I think the mix of it is really good. I just think some tracks, as always with an 18-track album, some tracks could have been just cut. I think some of the features are not that good, like Moneybagg Yo wasn't that good. Gigs was absolutely horrible in my opinion. But other than that, solid project. Really, really good project. I really enjoyed it. I think that it is better than what I expected. So I fuck with it. So yeah, with that being said, thank you for watching. Don't forget to vote on the poll on IG. Link is in the description, and have a great one.
Remember back then, all them hoes ain't want me. Now I'm ballin', all them same hoes on me. Mama told me that this came with the money and the motherfucking fame, even though I feel the same. I'm that nigga now. I'm that nigga now. I'm that nigga now. I'm that nigga now.